Today's video is being sponsored by Instant Gaming. Play smart, pay less. Thank you so much to Instant Gaming for sponsoring today's video. With being a console gamer my entire life, I've only recently moved over to PC gaming, and Instant Gaming has been a lifesaver in allowing me to purchase games I've always wanted to play at a reasonable price. Instant Gaming offers discounts on all the most current titles and has massive discounts on our favourite Frontier games, including Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo and Jurassic World Evolution. Make sure to click the link above or below in the description to get some amazing games at affordable prices. Again, thank you to Instant Gaming for sponsoring this video, but without further ado, let's hop into the video, shall we? Hello, it's Matty coming at you with another Planet Zoo Console Edition video. Welcome back to Eden Gardens Zoological Park. In the last episode, we added this prairie dog enclosure on the other side of the zoo to start trying to encourage guests to come up this side of the zoo and start breaking up that guest flow a little bit because the guest congestion is becoming a little bit overwhelming. Now, we're going to start the video with a little bit of sad news, I'm afraid. Are you all ready and sat down? I'm sorry in advance. The daily videos are going to have to come to an end, I'm afraid. And this is for a couple of reasons. My wife has said that I cannot sit and play Planet Zoo all day, every day in the Easter holidays. I should be spending more time with the family. And that she'll divorce me if I carry on. So I decided to call her bluff on this, and then she threatened to take away my PlayStation and leave me with the kids. So I'm stopping the videos. Goodbye, everybody. No, genuinely, oh my days, she's giving me daggers right now. That's not true, I'm joking, alright? No, in all seriousness, the daily videos is becoming a little bit overwhelming to keep on top with, and the builds that I am now doing are becoming a little bit more complex and time consuming. I'm currently working on the reptile house, and this is not a project that I can do in a single day. It's going to take me a couple of days to get it done because it's one of the most ambitious things I have ever done in any Planet game ever. So we're going to make a start on that today, and then in a couple of days time you will see the end result. I cannot wait for you to see it. I just hope it comes out how I am envisioning. So without further ado, let's hop in, shall we? Right, so here we are in the zoo. It's a glorious day, only a couple of clouds in the sky. Now, today's episode, I think we need to look at starting to do some of the admin side of this zoo because we have been neglecting it a little bit. I think we need to take stock of where we are right now. We've got quite a few differing enclosures in the zoo, but first off, let's have a look at that zoo complexity meter because a lot of you have been asking to see that. So right now we are only on 17%, which is not too bad at all for everything we currently have in the zoo, and just goes to show how much more forgiving the complexity meter is compared to Planet Coaster. As you will notice, there is now the giant lake in the centre, which will be the centre point of the park, which will house hippos and cranes. We're going to put the reptile house there with a restaurant next to it. We've got an elephant enclosure, and then lemurs, chimps and gorillas up there. Next to the lions and the tigers, we'll have a forestry area up the top, and then we'll put some more enclosures up there. I'm not quite sure what yet. Again, just coming around here, a couple of more enclosures, maybe a play area. We'll have another building there for the smaller cats, and then we can put a rhino enclosure there with the tapirs and the capybaras just around there. So that is my plan for the remainder of the series, and I don't believe we will reach 100% with what I have got planned, especially with only being on 17% right now. So I am feeling quite optimistic that we should be able to achieve everything I want to do. So we've got some visitors. We've got Kieran, who's just admiring the peafowls, and he's now going to go get something to eat from the vending machine. And we've got some vet research done. So the prairie dogs are almost finished. Well done, Jonathan. You are going to be extremely busy shortly because we're going to be putting a lot of new enclosures in, or exhibits in, for this episode. And the transport rides is now level 2. So we'll keep Leopoldo? Yeah, Leopoldo. I think we'll keep them on the transport rides for now because we need that steam train to go around the lake. And what I have realised is that if I do the level 1 research on a lot of the differing things, I'll actually unlock a lot more building pieces. So we really need to look at prioritizing that to start giving us more flexibility. with the pieces that we are going to be able to use. So let's have a look in all of these menus, shall we? It needs to be done. So the most popular exhibit animal is the snake, of course. It's the only one we've got right now, but that will be changing in today's episode. The most popular animal is the otter. That surprises me. I thought it would have been the wolves. We've got a zoo reputation of 3 stars right now, which isn't too bad. And the last inspector report, which we haven't looked at a single time so far, that's not too bad at all. 4 stars on most of them, with the exception of the otters. I think that was just mostly the cleanliness that was bringing that down. We're bringing in a profit. We earned 13,000 last year. We're currently on 66,000. A lot of that is going to get spent today. And we're going to upgrade all of these to grade 3 food. Thank you to the suggestions in the comments telling me to do this. Apparently it will increase the animals' welfare and happiness, so we'll do that. We'll pop all of them to grade 3. It's a little bit more expensive, but with the zoo now turning quite a healthy profit, I think we can afford to do that. I think we'll come back to the food later on, but we've named all of the habitats to make that a little bit easier for ourselves. And if we go over to staff, I think we need to look at putting some work zones in at some point. We'll train all of them staff whilst we are there. But all of that seems okay for now. And then moving on, we're already aware of what we're doing with regards to research. We know what Jonathan is doing. We know what Leopoldo is doing. So the facilities, I think we're all okay on that for now. And then the education. So people are learning about the wolves more than any other animal in the zoo, which is interesting. They're not learning anything about the peafowls, so we could really do looking at addressing that. Maybe just put up a couple of education boards somewhere, maybe even a speaker so it's not overlapping. And then in the habitat memorials, oh, we have had so much death. Oh, wow, look at all the animals that have died. But they've all died of old age and nothing else. It's not been through neglect or fighting, so that is good to know. And then with regards to the visuals and the audio, that is all fine. So this is the big important bit. We need to have a look in here because we need to start managing this animal population because it's starting to get a little bit out of control. I think the otters are okay for now, so we'll leave them. Wow, look how many prairie dogs we have got already. These guys breed so quickly, but they also die so quickly. They don't live for very long. They only live for about 6 to 7 years. We've already got one that's died there. The vet is already on the way to deal with that. But one of my big concerns right now is inbreeding in this zoo. I believe we may have already missed a couple of occasions where the animals have been inbreeding. So this is something that I am going to have to address. I do need to be more aware of what is happening when I'm building. We've got the 4 snakes. We've got a gold one there. That is fantastic. We've only got the 3 warthogs right now, so they are okay. And my big concern is these peafowls. How many peafowls do we have? We've got a gold one there. Straight off, let's just stop them from breeding because we're already getting overrun with them. So let's stop them breeding completely. We've got loads of gold ones. Look, gold and silver. That is amazing. And we've got quite a few of the crocs. So again, we're going to have to make sure that when them males are aging up, that we are trading them straight out of the zoo, so they are not fighting. I think we might actually even look at trying to get rid of maybe just a couple of animals. What about Jayachandra? Because they're about to go elderly anyway. They are not bronze or silver appeal. So I think we'll get rid of Jayachandra. Yeah. There you go. Released to the wild. 54 conservation points. Not too bad. So we've got 1,200 at the moment. We're doing really well on them. And the wolves are absolutely fine. I'm not too concerned about the wolves. They like to have a big pack. But the same as the other animals right now, we will keep an eye to ensure that there is no inbreeding. But these are the big problem. Look how many peafowls we have got. We need to look at getting rid of some of these. There's just too many of them right now. They'll no longer continue breeding. Let's look at getting rid of maybe that one because it is quite a low appeal. It wasn't gold or silver or even bronze. So we'll get rid of that one. So we'll set that to quick trade. I think we'll also get rid of Arab as well. We'll get rid of that one. I think we'll try and look at getting rid of maybe 4 of them, possibly. Maybe some of the older ones. So that one was 15, so that's a good one to get rid of. That one's also 15. Yeah, let's look at getting rid of them, shall we? So we can only actually release to the wild 2 of them. So another 9 conservation points there. And we'll trade the other one. We can't actually trade that one right now. So that's £27. Okay, right. I think that is now sorted. I know it's not necessarily the most riveting of content, but unfortunately it's just stuff that has to be done to keep on top of this zoo. So you may notice that the snakes have moved, and I put this toilet block down here. And the way I wanted to do this, the brick textures that I currently had in the game unlocked wasn't what I wanted, so I just built a custom one using basic shapes, and I did a custom wall and a custom floor with the toilet block just inside there. And the snakes have moved over. Inbreeding, right, let's get rid of you straight away before you inbreed. There you go, another 5 conservation points. Right, I'm glad we managed to catch that just in time. But we are going to make a start on this reptile house. I can't keep putting it off. I am not very good at doing buildings, which is why I've kept delaying it, but I can't put it off any longer. It needs to be done. We need more exhibit animals in this park. You may already have noticed that the snakes have moved over there in preparation for moving into the reptile house. But before we do that, I'm just going to pop another toilet block over here because we need to start thinking about the guest facilities. I think possibly after we've done the reptile house, we are going to have to think about maybe putting some food and drink down for the guests. They need the toilet facilities, which is why I'm going to pop another toilet block over here. We'll delete that tree and then we'll put this toilet block just down here. So going into my blueprints, because I've already got this saved, and then we'll grab that and pop that down here. I didn't actually like this after I'd done it. So after I'd done this episode, I've actually changed up this toilet block a little bit, and I've used the same brick texture as the warthog enclosure for the walls to try and make it blend in a little bit better. But with all the pathing now all sorted underneath the toilet block, we can now put down these roof tiles to hide the pathing. Now, I've had quite a few people asking, how have I been doing my pathing? Because I'm so good at it. Don't say I didn't warn you, okay? Avert your eyes. Don't look. This is the pathing in my zoo right now. Now tell me that my pathing is good in this park. Lies, it is not at all. It looks hideous. Look at the state of this path. I am by no means an expert when it comes to pathing in the Planet games at all. It looks hideous. Why do you think I hide it? It's awful. So for all the people Matty, you are so good at doing your pathing. I wish I could do pathing like you. You really, really don't. Trust me, you can probably do pathing better than I can. I just choose to hide it. And remember a couple of episodes ago when I said there was a little bit of a step there? That is how I combated the issue. I got a little 1 meter piece and then just slanted it down to try and blend in the pathing a little bit more. And now, with all of that sorted, it's now time to start on this reptile house. So we'll move the snake exhibit over there, and this is why I had saved up so much money before even tackling this. Let's just pretend that I wasn't delaying because I was worried about doing it, shall we? So putting all of them exhibits down there, I also want to put a small crocodile or something inside this reptile house. So we'll just draw a rough outline of where I want the enclosure to go. I'm currently just checking the Zoopedia to see which of the crocodile species requires the least amount of room. And with that now sorted, we can now carry on putting down some of the staff facilities that are going to be required in this reptile house. Some of the work that I've already done with regards to this reptile house, I've already come back and changed after the episode, because I decided to make it even more challenging for myself and do a 2-story exhibit house with some enclosures upstairs with a central stairway going up, accessing and then looking over this bottom floor. By putting down these education boards in front of the exhibits, we can actually think about filling these exhibits today and getting the guests down here, because we're going to need to start thinking about getting some of our money back, because I've already spent 40,000 just by placing exhibits and we haven't even started on the actual building yet. Because I seemingly don't like to do anything by halves, I decided I also want to put a water feature going around the entire reptile house. So using the terrain feature to just drop down where I want to go to, and then the flatten feature to get it down level all the way around, and we can place the water in just going over there. And then realising that I now can't do that quite yet, we better put the path in first and then put the water in. And once again, we're having a bit of a fight with the path because it won't play ball. And then we'll add the water back in again. I'm now going around the entire area just smoothing it all out. I'm not sure why I felt the need to do this, because you know full well that I'm just going to cover this with rocks anyway, so this was probably a waste of my time. After having a bit of difficulty with this education board, trying to get it to line up exactly how I wanted, sometimes it's really helpful to actually line it up against a building or something else parallel to what it is that you're wanting. In this case, the exhibit. By putting it next to the exhibit, it lined it up perfectly and made it straight just how I wanted it. Ensuring that we put down a power source and a water cleaner is essential for this area, as all of the exhibits require power, along with the education boards, and then with having a crocodile enclosure, we're going to need that water cleaner to make sure that that water is nice and clean. I've decided to make this area the first work zone of the entire zoo. So having this as the reptile house work zone, we're going to hire some new staff just to work in this one area alone. Because with all of these exhibits, I'm imagining it's going to require a lot of maintenance. So with the foundation now laid down, now we can start filling these exhibits. So going through the exhibit animal market and trying to find all of the highest appeal animals that we can put into these exhibits to try and bring as many guests down here as possible. And there we go, all of our exhibits are now full. We've got loads of guests coming down here, so let's swap that to free camera mode so we can start going to have a look at what we've got. So we've got the snakes that we've always had so far, and then next to them we have got some scorpions. I can see one already. Oh, look at that. Oh, I don't like scorpions. I'm not a big fan of them. They're quite creepy. And then right next to the scorpions, we have got the centipede. So let's try and see if we can find that, shall we? Is it on the tree? I can't see it. Is it on the floor? Can anybody see it? Can you let me know, please? There's two of them in here. So all of the automatic trading is set up for every single exhibit. So hopefully that money will start shooting up soon. Where is one of these centipedes? Ah, there's one. Look, on the branch. Wow, they are massive, look. Oh, quite creepy as well. And then just opposite them, we have got the American bullfrogs. So all of the placements for these exhibits right now is subject to change, because I'm aware that they aren't really blending together. I was just putting animals in, and then we can always look at moving them around so the exhibits line up a little bit better. But there is one of the American bullfrogs. The detail on these exhibit animals is absolutely insane. They're so highly detailed. So next to the American bullfrogs, we've got the boa constrictor. That was quite easy to see. Just wrapped around the vine just there, look. That is massive. And then next to them, we have got the newts. Now, are we going to be able to see one of the newts? Oh, I can see one. Oh my days. Oh, look how cute it is. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, I love him. I think that might be my favourite exhibit animal so far. Oh, that is so cute. I like that one. And then over here, we have got the salamanders. So I believe the salamanders are really, really small. So this may be quite tricky to find one of these, but we'll give it a try. We'll go and try and find one. Is it up on the rocks? No. Ah, there it is. Look, it's on that rock right there. Beautiful colouring on them. Aren't salamanders poisonous? I believe they may be. I might have to have a look in the Zoopedia on that one. But I believe salamanders are poisonous, or certainly some species. Hang on, what's going on here? People are already breaking my screens. What's going on? Vandals! And the boards aren't set for that one. Whoops. So we've got the iguanas in here. Let's just make sure to set them boards. I can see them already. The iguanas are massive, aren't they? So both of them are right here. Iguanas are beautiful as well. They're absolutely gorgeous. Look at the size of that one. And then the detailing and the scaling on him. Oh, he's yawning. Oh. And then finally, just over here, we have got some more snakes. So let's try and find them. These are the burrowing ones, aren't they? So we may not see them on the top. Ah, there you go. I can see it. It's burrowed a little hole just there. I can't get over the detail of the exhibit animals in this game. It's absolutely sensational. And then we've also got our outline border for the crocodile. So I'm going to try and put the water coming to the side of that. And I think we will put in, not the American alligator. Can you imagine trying to put one of them in? I don't think that would work. I think we will try and put in one of them, because they don't require a lot of room. So 200 square meters of land. So yeah, I think we might need to extend that a little bit. So that's 415 square meters. Yeah, I think we might need to expand it a little bit, especially when they start having offspring as well. So we might bring that back a little bit. And I may also move some of them staff facilities over to the other side, so they're not all grouped together in one big area. So we've got the foundation. It doesn't look like a lot right now. There's a lot more to do, as it is only the shell and the baseline. I have noticed that the prairie dog was about to inbreed, so there you go, we'll get rid of that one. And oh, look at his face. Oh, I'm sorry I interrupted. Wow, I feel like I interrupted an intimate moment then. I'm so sorry. We've got some... Oh, we've got the mechanic research done, so that will be the trains. So hopefully that will be level 4 soon, and then we can start researching to get some more building pieces, just to give us a little bit more flexibility and freedom when it does come to the building. But there we go. There is the start of the reptile house. Loads more animals in the zoo. Hopefully this will really sort out the bank balances. We're down to 20,000, so we do need to bring that back up. But let me know what you all think. I'll be back very, very soon. Until then, take care, stay safe, look after yourselves, and see you all in a couple of days. Bye, everybody!